Oh, geez, Germany. Yeah, can't forget about Germany. Come on. What do they call Pinot Noir in Germany? Perfect, except for one thing. Spät as in late. Spätburgunder. Spätburgunder. And there is, by the way, I think it's called like Grauburgunder. Wait, no, that's something else. Edit that out. There's Burgunders that are picked early or young. Hovenburgunder or something like that, you know? And this is Spätburgunder because it's picked late. Now, in order to get Pinot Noir picked, in order to get Pinot Noir ripe enough in Germany, the coldest wine region in the world, it's going to be picked later and everything else. So that's why they call it, except for the dessert ones. That's why they call it Spätburgunder. Burgundy, the grape of Burgundy, picked late to get as much ripeness as possible. One good thing about climate change is we're now getting very ripe Spätburgunder. Dr. Hayden, which you love so much, we had we took it all at Slandendorf, but we flew through that. It was great because you have really great acidity, crispness, vibrancy, freshness, tons of minerality, but you also have fruit because now they're getting it ripe for rare moments in their career. Those wines can be interesting. They can never be amazing. And the funny thing about Germany and Spätburgunder, this is all in my opinion, the funny thing about Spätburgunder is that when they make really good Spätburgunder, they charge insane prices because they're so proud of what they've done. It tastes like fruit! $1 million a bottle! So Beaujolais comes from the Macon region in the south of Burgundy. It's important to know that. I think it's kind of weird. It might be a disservice to teach you this, but I'm going to teach you anyways. You go the Rhone Valley, which are these Syrahs, big, heavy wines. And the first region you get to when you go north is the Macon, which tend to be lighter style wines. There are some rustic, darker colored Beaujolais, but they tend to...
Where are we?
So if you're in France and you're in the Rhone Valley following the Rhone River up north, you're in the Rhone Valley, you're dealing with Syrah. The northern Rhone, all Syrah. And then the next region that you get to when you drive north, straight up north, is the Macon, which is Gamay, this light, pretty grape. I think it's kind of funny that you go from Syrah to Gamay, Beaujolais, and then into Pinot Noir. I would expect it to fade more from Syrah into Pinot Noir, and even more from the Côte de Nuit to the Côte de Beaune. But it's the opposite. It goes Macon into the Côte de Beaune, into the Côte de Nuit, which is just opposite. So the white wines are closer to the Macon, and the red wines are further north from the Rhone. Anyways, a little geography for you. About as much geography as I can teach anyone. In the Macon, you have Beaujolais as the red wine, and Beaujolais Village as the, we don't have any here. So we're talking about the villages of Morgon, Fleury. Those are, and we don't have any on the list here right now, but those are some of the villages in Beaujolais. So it'd be Beaujolais Village. See if there's anything else I missed. Oh yeah, that's important. A couple more important things. First thing I want to talk about is how Beaujolais tends to be fermented. I would say 98% of the time, Beaujolais is fermented in a very specific way. Anybody know what way that is? Close. Begins with an M at some point. Begins with a C, and then maceration is the part that starts with an M. We have something on tap. That's the other grape. Carbonic maceration. Carbonic maceration is the very specific fermentation technique for Gamay grape. And I guess that's, I've never questioned anybody on it. I guess that's just a way to highlight the fruitiness of the grape, because that's what happens with our Carignan. which was the other grape that we had mentioned. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Carignan tends to be earthy and spicy, but with lots of fruit. This one is the Carignan that's fermented carbonically, carbonic maceration. That means that they let the grapes ferment without crushing them. So the grapes actually explode. The grapes start fermenting inside their skins, and then they explode. And the hallmark that you look for carbonic maceration is bubble gum. When you smell bubble gum, you expect that there's going to be some carbonic maceration in the wine. So most Beaujolais are going to smell of carbonic maceration of bubble gum, at least a little bit. The more serious ones will mask that with lots of other flavors. But Beaujolais Nouveau instantly released. So Beaujolais Nouveau is a marketing thing, really a marketing thing. They decided to take the grapes, make the wine as quick as possible, bottle it as quick as possible, or not even bottle it, stick it in the barrels, and send it to the cafes to drink immediately. It's just a marketing thing. That's why they created it, to get instant money. And it works, and it's great, it's delicious, you know, when you get it fresh. We unfortunately put it onto boats and send it over here, so it's not quite as fresh. But local versions of that are really fun, really delicious. But there aren't many local versions of that. Anyways, that's a side note.
So you've had like that fresh and everything there?
Yeah. And it's delicious, and it's fun, and it's once a year. It's a seasonal thing, and you're supposed to drink it within like 3 months of it being released. Again, because of climate change, you will find more serious Gamay, more serious Beaujolais than ever before. They're getting darker, they're getting more complex, more layered, more nuanced, and they age better. Although Beaujolais is always aged, so I guess that's a horrible thing for me to say, and I can edit that out. I've had Beaujolais from the 60s. Well, I hate when I realize, like I say something and then I realize, I've always thought that you don't age Beaujolais, but then I had Beaujolais from the 60s, and I'm like, well, that's really good. Who knew? Typically, you don't think of it, though. The last most important thing to say, no class next week. Thanksgiving.
Oh.
No.
So that's Thursday or not?
Scratch that. Hey, Dougie.
Yeah. And scene.